Hey mathematicians, we are going to be looking at one more strategy for adding fractions, and this is a strategy we've used in class and has been very successful, so I wanted to just remind you of it and hopefully remind you to use it. So we call this strategy the decomposition strategy. So if you think about the word decompose, decompose means to break things down, right? In science, decomposers break down dead animals in the soil. A little gross, but that's what their job is. So if decomposers break things down, our decomposition strategy is going to involve breaking things down. So I have an addition problem here, 3/4 plus 2/4. Lucky for me, these fractions are already speaking the same language. They are both in fourths, which means I don't have to do any conversions before I start this problem. I can jump right in. So the point of the decomposition strategy is to break our fractions up into unit fractions. And when I say unit fractions, I mean fractions with a 1 on the top. So 3/4 is the same as saying 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. Okay, so 3/4 decomposed is 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. I can do the same thing on this side. 2/4 is decomposed or broken down into 1/4 plus 1/4. All right, are you ready for this? So instead of saying 3/4 plus 2/4, we can say that this problem is 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. Wow, that's a lot of fourths, right? But it's the exact same addition problem, just written in a slightly different way. So we've decomposed these fractions. Now what? What was the point of that? Well, the reason we did that is because you are really good at building a whole when we talk about fractions. I bet right now you could tell me how many fourths it takes to make a whole. Hopefully right now you're thinking to yourself, oh, it takes 4/4 to make a whole. And you're exactly right. So the reason we decomposed this problem so far is so that we could group together one whole. So I'm going to look for 4 unit fractions, and I'm going to put a circle around them. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4/4. 4/4 is the same thing as 1, so I've made one whole. All right, now I just tack on whatever's left over. I've got 1/4 left over, so he gets added on. Okay? So it's nice and simple. We just broke it down into unit fractions so that we could build wholes. My question for you is, what happens if we have more than one whole? Let's see what I mean by that. Why don't we say, I want to make my numbers too big or I'll be here writing all day. We'll say 5/6 plus 4/6 plus, let's say, 4/6 again. All right, so I'm going to decompose these fractions also. Now, I draw these curly cube brackets. These just help me see where my numbers are going. You don't have to draw the brackets if you don't like to draw the brackets. So 5/6 decomposed into unit fractions is 1/6 but 5 times. Let's see if I can shortcut this. Maybe not. All right, so it's 1/6 5 times. So there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5. Okay, 5/6 is done. Let's do 4/6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. All right, very last time. We're going to do 4/6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many sixths does it take to make a whole? Well, if I have a pizza or a sandwich cut into sixths, I'd need 6 pieces to make a whole sandwich, right? So I'm going to start circling groups of 6. There's one. I bet I have enough to make another. Awesome. So now how many holes do I have? I have 1, 2 holes. Okay, and then I can't forget about my leftovers. So 5 6 plus 4 6 plus 4 6 is really 2 and 1/6. Check out the very next video I have about the decomposition strategy, where I'm going to show you a slightly shorter version. Same idea of breaking fractions down, but we're going to see if we can shortcut this a little bit. But I hope you feel like you are a master of the decomposition strategies to help you add fractions.